Hello and welcome to this quick pick reading today. If you are new to the channel, so happy to have you here. Welcome, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Today, we are going to be doing a quick pick, stop, start, continue for June 2022. My name is Jody, and I am an intuitive mentor and channel, which means it is my job to listen to spirit and to provide the divine messages that are coming through for you. You can find out all about my services anytime at thespiritexperience.com. So I am just putting the sage out, and we have cleared the charm bowl as well as the Sacred Creators deck that we're going to be using to choose 4 cards for you to choose from today for this quick pick. I have also already cleared all of the decks that we'll be using. We're going to get a little bit of insight into the month of June for you, what you want to look at stopping, what you would want to look at starting, or what's coming up for you to begin. Thank you. And what you want to continue doing. So let's reveal these cards for you. There'll be 4 here. 1, move beyond intention to belief. Group 1. Again, you'll have 4 to choose from. 2, stop, drop, and ground. So you're just asking your intuition, what feels like it is calling to me? Which card is telling me that that is the pile for June for me, the information and insight I need to hear? Integrate your knowing. Card 3, group 3. And last but not least, you are living poetry. Group 4, card 4. Okay, take a moment to make your selection. Ask with your intuition. We are again doing stop, start, continue, quick pick for June 2022. And once you have chosen your card, you can head right down to the description, find the timestamps, and jump right ahead to your reading. Hello, group 1, and welcome to your reading. If you're listening to this, then you chose the first card in the top left corner, move beyond intention to belief. So this is a rooted energy. We do have a key here showing up for you, as you can see in the graphic of this card. So this is all about allowing yourself to realize you are the key, that if you want something, you can shift your whole belief system, you can shift your whole thought processes around it. With the proper intention, you're going to move into a space where you can create whatever you want, basically. So if you chose this card, it is number 5. The 5 is the Hierophant energy and the Major Arcana. 5s are about change. The Hierophant is about inner wisdom and seeking inner wisdom. So you're the one that actually has the key, group 1. To June. You have the key, you have the guidance within you, you've got the answers you seek. Things may feel like they are kind of changing for you. Maybe you have a change of mind, a change of heart, etc. We are going to get, of course, more information. This is a quick pick, stop, start, continue for the month. Going to get an affirmation card here for the close of your reading. We'll just set that aside. However, as I said, change is happening. This feels like a very grounded energy right off the bat for you, group 1. And so if you chose this card, you have the power to change your beliefs. You have the power to change your thoughts about something. You have the power to choose for yourself what it is that you would like to believe. June is a month where you're going to be resetting some of those belief systems if you allow. If you allow yourself to believe, you can shift those beliefs. You can move beyond the intention for something, the intention for creating, the intention for, the intention for what you want for your future, for your life, etc., into the belief that you can acquire and attain it. Because this is a quick pick, they're going to have me it's nice to gather all the cards first. So again, 3 columns, stop, start, continue. This is the Muse Tarot here, and I'm going to be pulling 2 coupling cards for that initial tarot here straight from the top of the Mystic Mondays mini. All right. All right, let's see what it is in the first column for June. Again, June is what we're talking about. Stop, start, continue. Let's see group 1 with this very grounded, intentional belief system. 9 of emotions. Okay. The 9 of emotions energy is a fulfillment of the heart energy. This is in your stop position. They're connecting it to other people for you, group number 1. So maybe your emotions have been being affected by others. You may have been taking in other people's emotional energy, and it may be messing with your mind, okay? And so this needs to shift, that you have control over your emotions, that you are completely emotionally fulfilled. Stop relying on other people or taking in other people's energetic frequency if it's disrupting your own emotional fulfillment. You don't have to rely on anybody else in order to be fulfilled emotionally. It's actually not up to anybody else. So if you've been doing that, group number 1, it may, like I said, it feels like it might be messing with your mind, which can keep you in a certain belief system or wanting for something from someone. So wanting emotional fulfillment and basically asking somebody else to provide it for you, or like when somebody does something, or if they feel okay, then I can be fulfilled, or if they provide me with this, then I can be fulfilled. They're asking you to shift your beliefs around that. So, yeah, working your intentions around a personal emotional fulfillment. Stop trying to find that from other people. Let's see what we have here. Yes. They just said stop pushing. So you may have been waiting, and maybe you're feeling frustrating. The Chariot card is a movement forward energy. It's like things moving forward. Things are now going to be moving forward. And the Princess of Pentacles. Okay. This feels very forcing. This feels like forcing energy to me in this stop position. Although we have all the cards upright, I'm reading sort of because it's the expression of ending something or stopping something, right? With this quick pick, I'm reading the lower expression of these. And in this case, it just feels very connected to pushing somebody on the physical plane. Let's go. I want this is a new chapter energy on the physical plane. So you're like, when are you going to start this? When are you going to do this differently? When are you going to da-da-da? Because that's going to make me feel so much better. And so what they're asking for you, group 1, to stop doing is really extending and looking outside of yourself for emotional fulfillment. Stop pushing. Stop trying to force somebody forward into a new chapter, especially if it's on the physical plane, like you want them to start a new program of some sort, start a new habit of some sort. It's up to them to do that, and your emotional well-being is not, it does not need to be based on what it is you observe them doing. Will it affect you? Sure, but you get to choose how much it affects you or how you're gonna let it affect you. And they want you to understand that you need to change that belief, that system there. Stop doing that. It's not serving you. It's actually blocking, right, your emotional fulfillment, and it's making you feel stagnant. And I hate to say this, group 1, you know, that you're pushy. You're being pushy about it. Focus on yourself. Return your energy to yourself. Stop focusing on other people's paths and other people's new chapters or what it is that they're supposed to begin, because it's not only blocking you from being able to feel emotionally fulfilled or giving that to yourself, but it's also stopping them, because nobody likes to be kind of told what to do or pushed around. And you don't have, you can't dictate their path anyway, so you really don't have control over it. So I would say for June, it's a look at where you might be pushing someone else, and instead of focusing on your own new chapter that you're meant to begin, your own emotional protection and your own emotional fulfillment, feeling good about where you are as opposed to they need to be in a certain place so that I can then feel good. Okay, let's see what you're meant to start here, group 1. Wow, yes, amazing. 10 of materials. This is the 10 of pentacles. This feels high level to me. This is a big shift. If this is what you're dealing with, trying to seek emotions from someone else or your emotional well-being, they're telling you start believing in optimal abundance, optimal prosperity, like you already have it, is what they already said. They just said, like what they already said. Like you already have it because you do. The 10 of materials is a wealth energy. It's a completion energy. It's an understanding that everything you have is provided for you already. So you're setting up a belief system that tells you you're already abundant. Start doing this immediately. You may feel a big shift happening. Let's see. Wow, Ace of Pentacles. So you've got the completion energy and the beginning energy in the same suit. So there definitely is a new cycle beginning for you in June, Group 1. And it has to do with work, money, feeling grounded and secure in your own self, in your own space, on your own path. This is a brand new beginning that has high level energy connected to it, that has abundant, prosperous energy to it. So don't delay beginning this new path. Whatever the beliefs that you're carrying here around somebody else, having to be this, that, or the other thing in order for you to feel fulfilled, what Spirit's saying is start believing that you already have the abundance you need, that you already are prospering, because you are. Literally. I mean, they're asking you to begin this new frame of mind, this new belief system, especially if you've chosen this card. And the 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles is around actually doing the work. So you have all Pentacles here. This is a shift on the physical plane for you. Sometimes there can be challenges that come up or obstacles that come up when you get an 8 energy. It's like what they're saying is don't expect that you're just going to be like shifting something overnight. You may need the whole month of June. This is clearly they're saying start it now. It's the perfect energy. It's the perfect alignment for you to start it now. If you're watching this, you have access to high level prosperity and abundance, both on the physical plane and in your belief system. Materials and grounded energy is your belief system, right? It is your grounded energy. It's what is grounding you in, it's like what's grounding you on this plane of existence as you're walking as a divine being in a physical body. So your belief system is what's carrying you forward. What they're saying is this new beginning here is going to provide you with a higher understanding of what it is that you have here already. So they want you to start it right away and to not be dissuaded is how they are saying it, which is definitely not a word I probably would use, but they don't want you to be disappointed. Actually take the whole month. Don't think, oh, I'm starting this and then 2 days later, done. I'm going to be in this abundant energy. If you're trying to come out of an external, reaching externally, if you're trying to come out of the being affected by someone else and like kind of leaning on that, you may need the month to do it. So they're telling you, please do the work. Get the affirmations in place. Get the sticky notes out. Put the reminders on your phone. I am in pure abundance at all times. I vibrate in alignment with high level prosperity, wealth, safety, security. I am beautifully emotionally fulfilled, and I give that to myself every single day. So it's a new beginning that's actually going to complete in the month. When you start it, you're going to soon realize what this kind of energy feels like. Completion, wealth, as I said, high level prosperity, abundance, bringing things to a close and setting that new belief system. But it's going to take the work to do it. They don't want you giving up after you've, set an affirmation a couple of days in a row. Generally speaking, 21 days to shift something for sure. They want you to do it for the month of June, for the entirety of the month. It's like, if you're watching this on the 1st, start on the 1st. The 10 may be an indication, right? You might find, they're saying the numbers may be indicating because you have all of the same suit here. So like on the 8th day, you may run into a challenge or an obstacle. Like, I've been doing this for a week now. I don't know how different I'm feeling, or whatever this energy that they want you to stop reaching out to or paying attention to in the same way or allowing to infiltrate your energy is it might pop up here around day 8. But if you stand firm in that practice, in the practice or the learning or whatever it is that you're taking in to set that new belief system of abundance, prosperity, etc. By day 10, you'll start feeling back on track again, and then continue that for the month, and then check in with yourself at the end of the month to see if this new path has yielded a beautiful energetic safety results, feeling like, okay, I can do this. I feel much better. I feel much more grounded. I feel abundant, actually, and I'm trusting that every single day because it's your birthright, right? Like, you don't have to do anything special or specific to be loved or to be in alignment with abundance in all areas. And so you're stepping into that understanding for the month of June, if you would allow, if you decide, they just said, if you decide, because of course, you get to make your own decisions. These are suggestions from Spirit. Let's see what you're meant to continue for the month. The 3 of Materials. Whatever's making you feel good already that you're doing physically. So if you're paying attention to your body, if you've been working with a new trainer, I don't know who that's for, but that's what they just said. If you're working with a new trainer, if you've been doing something creatively for yourself, or you've started a new hobby, and you're like, I don't know if this is going to work. What they're saying here is continue working on that. Continue working through that. Again, another pentacle here. So whatever it is that you've been thinking about bringing to fruition, or that you find it feels good to work on, it kind of brings to life your creative aspects, or it's moving you forward in a way that feels really good. Just continue doing that. We'll see what's under here, but it feels like either you're working with others, with a community around it, or you're making tracks, even though they might not be maybe as fast as you want them to be. They're telling you to continue that line, whatever it is you're working on. Could be a project, again, could be a new way to take care of your body, could be around eating differently, it could be around whatever they're talking about taking supplements. It's a physical energy, again, so it's going to be connected to like, rearranging your home, thank you. Like if you're doing a home project, things like that. Keep doing that. It might feel like it's been slow, but I feel like you're going to have some abundance, especially if you start this energy, that will feed into what you're already doing, whatever projects you've got going on, however you've made changes on the physical, with your physical body or on the physical plane, in your home, work, etc. Again, things are changing. The belief system is changing. Wow. This is the Moon card. Okay, the Moon card is the underlying intuitive energy. It also can represent a brand new path that is sort of unknown to you. So that's why I was picking up that energy. Like maybe it's not moving as fast as you want it to. You're not too sure about where it's going. That's all right. They're saying to continue down the path here with this Moon card. Continue down that path. Continue doing what makes you feel, good. Or what you feel intuitively guided to. If you're creation on the physical plane, or again, working on your physical self. They're showing me somebody drinking something. Okay. And 2 of Wands. Wow. Okay. Love that. Not only will it provide you with more inspiration, but you'll come upon something as you continue through the month of June doing this, whatever's working here in this decision that you've made for yourself. You're going to be provided with a choice, or maybe multiple choices that feel really inspired, that feel really great. I have a feeling for you, Group 1, it's going to be on the back of starting this kind of a practice. This is a beautiful line to start. It's like abundance now, not tomorrow, now. And then every day you wake up and you say abundance now, it just feeds the project. It allows you to trust on the unknown path and will provide you with even more opportunity to make really inspired decisions in the future. Wow. Okay, letting go here. Letting go here for you, Group 1. All right, let's see what affirmation we have, and then we'll pull a charm to close the reading. My eyes will see what I desire. Ooh, holy, okay. My eyes will see what I desire. Talk about putting these two together. Talk about you have what it is that you need to shift your perception of your life, to shift your belief system, to shift what it is that you literally see in front of you. By the end of this month, with this kind of a grounded abundance practice, you're going to be looking at your whole life probably differently. You're going to look at things and go, wow, I never saw it that way. How beautiful, how prosperous, I'm so grateful, etc. So it's the opportunity to release some of this external pushy kind of restrictive energy, especially around others that you're working with or other projects or things that you've been trying to force along. They're not providing you with the emotional fulfillment. Instead, you're stepping into and being asked to step into an intuitive practice that is just about full-on prosperity and abundance, and to continue doing what feels good. Even if you're not quite sure where it's leading, by the end of the month, my eyes will see what I desire. It's just this total shift in perspective because you're shifting your belief system. And we have, wow, the pigs fly for you. Not expecting that either for you, group one. This is like the biggest possible thing that you think could happen. Like, that won't happen. You may have been down and out, when pigs fly. The pigs fly is always around spirit saying, listen, it's possible. Do you believe it's possible? Do you believe that pigs can fly? Do you believe that you can do it, that you're capable of doing it? Step into abundance and see what happens here and see how your life looks a whole lot differently by the end of June. It's all up to you. Shifting your beliefs and moving just out of that, oh, I wish, I want, I hope, to I believe, I trust, I understand, I know. It's a nice shift for you this June, if you allow it. Again, you've got to choose it for yourself, and I hope that you do. Group one, this was your reading. If you found it helpful, let me know by giving it a thumbs up or leaving me a comment down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss the next time I post a pick a card reading. And I am going to send you so much inner strength and amazing light as you begin this new path in June. Because I suspect that if you embark upon this path and continue doing what, feels really good to you and the changes you've made, you really are going to start to set a new belief system that's very prosperous in place for yourself, and things are going to start looking a lot different, a lot better, or not at all how you're perceiving them now. And massive opportunity is certainly available for you on the back end of this shift in June. I hope that this served you. Thank you so much, group one. Hello, group two, and welcome to your reading today. If you're listening to this, you chose the second card, top right, the stop, drop, and ground card. Lots to say about this, all on the same track before I press the record button. Of course, this is a grounding card, so it's all going to be about grounding for you this June. Also, this is a 31-4. That is the Emperor card in the Major Arcana. Authoritative, feeling like control over your environment, feeling like the master of your universe, and a stability number with support is how they're putting it right now. Stability with support. So you are going to have a very stable June, or at least the opportunity to step into stability, security, a peaceful energy, and sprout from there. As you can see the picture in the card, right? You've got this beautiful little sprout coming out of the ground, coming out of that stability and secure energy. You're going to start to be able to sprout here in June. So if you've been feeling like things are a bit topsy-turvy in your life lately, that there's an influx of energy that has kind of thrown things here, thrown things there, created a bit of chaos. If you chose this pile, it's all about security, grounding, feeling really stable in the month of June, working your way to that energy, working your way to a stable feeling in June. That is what June is going to provide for you now. This is a quick pick reading, so we're doing 3 columns. It's stop, start, continue for the month. I'm just getting an affirmation for the close of your reading for the Miracles Now deck. The Miracles Now deck. Ooh, this card just wants to come out, so I'm gonna, Where would you like it? They said nowhere. Okay, nowhere. Why is it popping out then? View it for viewing. So we've got a pop-out message for you, group 2. Sometimes it happens. 9 of emotions. If you're being called to pile 1, this came out in this column, this is not your card. They're saying it's not, but it's a pop-out energy. Very different meaning for you, though. This card is telling you that, like, I feel like there's been some chaotic energy for you, group 2. I'm just feeling it. And that's why you're choosing this card, seeking grounding, stability, and being provided with that in the month of June. Again, of course, it is your choice, etc. And we're getting information from Spirit today with this quick pick. But what they're telling you here with this, having it fall out of the deck, it being on the bottom of the deck, which I shuffle these cards for sure in between readings. And I also will be shuffling them for yours. So for them to really give this to us now, it's this understanding they want you to know. This pop-out message is about feeling like you're getting to a place where you actually feel so good, where you feel, look at this, calm, stable. It doesn't feel chaotic anymore. It feels peaceful, fulfilled, happy, they said, happy. So a little pop-out message for you there. I am going to set this aside. That's what they're asking me to do. So we're going to get all the cards for your columns here first. Okay. There's stop, start, and continue. This is the Muse Tarot, if you were wondering. Beautiful deck. And from the Mystic Mondays, one of my faves. This is a mini. We're going to grab 2 coupling cards for each column. All right, let's see what we've got under the stop for you, group 2. The Hanged Muse in this deck, she calls it the Hanged Muse. This is the Hanged Man energy, right? Number 12. Things are in delay, so I feel like because this is in your stop position, whatever's been delayed, whatever's been stagnant, whatever's been chaotic, wherever you've been seeing things having to pause and out of your control and why isn't this moving forward, that is, well, if you've been forcing when things have been on a divine delay, that's a note for you to stop. Please stop doing that, because it's up to Spirit, not you. And I know that can be frustrating sometimes for sure, group 2, but your job clearly this month is to get grounded, get connected, feel as though you are in beautiful control over the things that you have control over. The things that you don't have control over have to be surrendered for the month of June in order to feel like you can blossom, grow, sprout, etc. So if you've been trying to push when they're telling you to pause, stop doing that immediately. It's not going to help you. Also here, though, there's a secondary message that really was what I was picking up first, which is if things have been stopped or on pause, they're going to stop. This is going to be a weird sentence, but they're going to stop being stopped. So you may see some movement here because this is in the stop category. So we're reading this kind of opposite energy. So the energy of the Hanged Man is always a delay or taking a pause or stopping to see things from a different perspective. And so because it's in the stop category, you may see things actually starting to move, coming out of that pause. King of Wands, mastery energy. Oh, they just said stop being a know-it-all. Okay, a little harsh. Put down your defenses. Put down your defenses. That's all I heard. So you've got 2 wands here, fire. So I just feel like that some of you may have been really pushing when you were supposed to pause. And so, and maybe it's been really irritating you. For the month of June, they're asking you to flow. Ask yourself, this is an authoritative wisdom card, right? It's the king of the suit. So they're asking you, look at what you know. First of all, stop pretending that you're a know-it-all or you know something when you don't. If you don't know it, then go ahead and look into it. You don't actually have to be. You can stop trying to defend yourself or be defensive about things, explaining things, they just said. Being defensive around, like when somebody asks you a question or why is this in delay or whatever, you don't have to be defensive. It's Spirit, putting things on pause. They're really claiming that, and you're meant to get grounded into whatever it is that you know. Also, the 7 will tap into your experience, your inspired experience. So you don't have to be defensive. If you're not inspired, you're not inspired. If you haven't felt the movement, you don't have to push it. They don't want you pushing anything. So for the month of June, no pushing. If something's in delay, don't try to push it forward, because I feel like it's going to block. If you don't know something, or you're inquisitive about something, instead of pretending that you know about it, just go and find out about it, explore it, try to master it, get to know what it is, get grounded in the information. It's like they don't want you to continue moving along without understanding, because that's what's going to ground you. So if you've been put on pause and there's a piece of information that you are missing, I would ask myself, what is it that I have from my own experience? Yes. And then what is it that I'm missing that I could learn more about, or I could look to gain some more wisdom in or master? Take that pause, because it's going to give you a brand new perspective if you stop pushing through. Again, the other piece of this is things may have been on delay or on pause, and now they're going to be moving forward. And the last thing they want you to do is, again, be defensive or pushy. So none of that kind of energy. It's a very solid energy for you, available for you, group 2, in the month of June. Let's see what they want you to start, because interesting. Ooh, start. 8 of emotions. Okay. If it's not serving you, either start, let's see how they want me to say this. The 8 of emotions is around things that you're noticing that are coming up in your emotional body, feelings that you're having about things. And so in the month of June, they're going to ask you to look at those, start looking at them, start feeling into where it is that you feel blocked or you feel like you're not so fulfilled. Because remember, the pop-out message, you have an opportunity to kind of have this going on. It's a pop-out, emotional fulfillment. So they want you to start looking at where it is you're not feeling that. Where are you not feeling emotionally fulfilled? Where do you feel like you might need to walk away from something, or you've had a change of heart and now it's time to act on it, or something that's coming in and providing an obstacle for you? Start looking at those obstacles and how you really feel about it. It's important for the month of June. Let's see what else is coupling this. Oh, yes. See this? This is a new chapter, a new insight, a new chapter with intuitive insight coming in, available to you. Princess of Swords is a Page of Swords. It's a new beginning, a new start that allows you access to new insights, but you've got to look at what's not fulfilling you, or where you feel like it's blocking you emotionally, where you're like, ugh, I'm just not feeling this anymore. Instead of trying to be a know-it-all, look into this. Look into why. Why don't I feel connected to this anymore? Why isn't this fulfilling me anymore? Why do I feel like kind of meh, take it or leave it, or this is so daunting? Because the minute you start looking into this and start leaving those things in the past, not only you're going to ground yourself, but look at this, a new chapter of connection opens up for you in June as a result of kind of not ignoring where you're not being fulfilled anymore, again with the pop-up card. And the Magician, yes. Something new to master is on the horizon, they just said. The Magician card is about expertise and mastery. And that's why they're telling you, stop trying to be a know-it-all. There's something more for you to learn. And on the back of allowing yourself to start leaving some of these unfulfilling projects, or could be a relationship, anything that where you're like, oh my God, this is so taxing. It's really not giving to me. It's not making me feel good. It's really not centered anymore. It's not aligned. It doesn't feel like it's connected to my heart. It's not connected to what I want to do. I'm just not feeling it anymore. Once you start walking away from those things, at the very least in June, acknowledging them, but if you start to actually make space and you walk away, what's going to happen is a brand new chapter of insight where you are going to learn how to master a certain skill, a certain understanding, and then be able to manifest on the back of that. This is a new chapter with the Magician. So a new chapter where you gain insight and wisdom and be able to, again, master something new or understand something new that's eventually going to allow you to use that wisdom in a very different way. but space needs to be made. So if you've been hanging on, like, again, if you've been pushing, like, no, we have to do this. I got to get it done. My heart's not in it anymore, but I got to get it done. It's time to start looking at those things and actually releasing them, because what's going to happen is, boom, a new chapter. Oh my goodness, this is what I could do instead. Oh my goodness, this is where I'm being led. I need to learn more about it. Let me master this skill. Let me understand. So it's a lot of, there's a bit of energy that's keeping you grounded, group 2, in June, in order for you to learn something new, because I keep getting that. Don't be a know-it-all. You got the mastering expert. That's a major arcana right there. Boom, telling you, you've got a new chapter happening, and you're going to be able to become an expert in this. We need some space to bring that in, please, for June. Let's see what they want you to look at continuing. Ooh, 4 of inspiration. Here's the 4. I was wondering where they were going to show us a 4 because of all this stable energy, and we have it here. That's nice. And it's a 4 of wands, a 4 of inspiration. Beautiful. So where you are feeling inspired, use that to carry you forward. Again, I feel like you have earned wisdom mixed with a leveling up in your understanding of something, or understanding of something brand new, perhaps. But wherever it is that you already have the wisdom, celebrate that. How they're saying it is like, take that too. You're not leaving everything behind. You're actually planting new seeds based on what it is that you already have, the markers you've already been able to get to. Sometimes this card is it feels like a marker energy, like, wow, you've made it. You've learned this. You've gotten to this place. Well done. Congratulate yourself. You've been inspired to get here. And now you can sit here and go, yes, absolutely. I love this. I'm proud of myself. And then you're continuing with that as you're welcoming in a new chapter, new insights, something new to learn. Let's see what else we've got under these cards. Oh my goodness, again. So maybe you've already started noticing where you're not emotionally fulfilled. The 8 of Cups again. So twice. Really important for you this June. I think it's upsetting your foundational energy, group 2, to hold on to things that are not, you're just not feeling it anymore, to hold on to it. So if you can't, thank you, if you can't let it completely go here, I'm going to see what this coupling card is, but I'm getting this message of like, if you can't let it completely go yet, at least start rearranging it in a way that works better for you. So you can keep what you're inspired to do and start making space to learn something new. 2 of Cups, start making space to meet new people, to have, so there's 2 tracks to this. There's 2 tracks to the 2 of Cups. Not only will letting go of some of this stuff that's not really serving you or you're not feeling anymore bring you possibly new connections that are more on the track of what it is that is connected to you or what it is that you're meant to learn. You may have a mentor show up or someone show up that feels really aligned with you that can help you become an expert in something. So keep your eyes peeled for that, group 2. Also, 2s are about coupling, of course, but they're also about decisions. And so you want to be letting go of what's not serving you and making decisions from your heart center. So if you've already been doing that, they want you to keep tapping into your heart center to make decisions. Look at the relationships you have, look at what you're deciding upon, and is it in tune with your heart or do you need to let it go? 8 of Cups twice for you. So releasing, receiving, knowing that you're grounded. We have 0 pentacles here. So they're just focused on this. They're like, hey, you don't even need any more pentacles. This is the main overview for you for June. Stop, drop, and ground every time. And that's going to probably help you step into better decision making around what do I need to leave behind? What do I need to change or rearrange that it's going to help me? And then where is it that I meant to learn more? Or who's coming into my life that can teach me a little bit more of what I am truly inspired to do? It's a new chapter of insights that I believe it feels like you're very smart and you already have a lot of wisdom. And this is going to be like another wave of information that's going to come in for you to help you get to the next level after you're creating space here with what's not serving you. Something comes in for you to learn more about that is going to serve you. And then from there, you're building new relationships and hitting more markers that feel like this. Hitting more Four of Wands energy, which is like celebration. Wow, I made it. Yes, this was an inspired action. I love this. And it's going to make you feel even more stable to learn this new information and then possibly be able to share it or at least move forward with an expertise around it. But you've got to be able to let go, doubling down on that message where you're supposed to start and continue. So if you've already started, good for you, group 2. Keep doing that. Keep checking in with yourself. Get grounded and check in with your heart center. Check in with your heart center. Make decisions for your heart center. Make decisions from the heart, but make sure you're grounded first. So a grounding practice for you is obviously essential for June. This will help you move the energy up through those lower chakras and into your heart so you can then choose from there. You can move up and decide from there. Tap into your truth, into your throat, and decide from your heart. But you got to get grounded first. Woo! This is movement energy. And I feel like it's a bit of freedom. I feel like you've been maybe feeling stuck and like, how do I move forward? And becoming an open channel by kind of not putting up your defenses everywhere or saying, I don't know yet, is going to help you release and step into the truth around what's really serving you and what's not. And that's going to create some space for this new chapter and this new understanding or learning or knowledge to come on in for you. So you can hit even more markers here that feel really good. And you'll be grounded while doing it. Very nice. Let's see what the affirmation is for you. Stillness is the key to success. These are nicely coupled together. Stop, drop, and ground for stillness, calm, grounded, stable energy is the key to your success. It's the key to this new chapter and understanding that we are all students at all times. When you think you know, there's always more to know, more to understand, and that's not a bad thing. That's actually a wonderful thing. So if there's more for you to understand and know, that's just going to provide even more success. Allow yourself to ground into the stillness energy. Move that energy up so you can make a decision for your heart and from your heart. They want me to say both, for and from your heart, for your future. June. Let's see what we have to close out your reading for a charm for you. Ooh, the shovel. Pulling the shovel for you there, group 2. Time to dig in. Oftentimes this means, some digging is needed. And I think that that's what this whole emotional piece is. If it's not serving you anymore, you're not required to keep it. And I feel like you have been successful in the past and you're seeking that again, okay? So look at what success means to you. Look at maybe how you need to redefine that in the month of June, but definitely ground yourself, tap into your heart center and say, how do I really feel? Tell yourself the truth about how you really feel about certain aspects that are coming up for you in your life. They put things on pause or delayed things on purpose for you. And now I think you're going to see some movement if you choose to tap in and then receive on the back end of release. Well, group 2, this was your quick pick for June. If you found it helpful, you can let me know by giving it a thumbs up or leaving me a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that the next time I post a pick a card reading, you'll be notified. And group 2, time for some digging. Yeah, they just said it again. Time for some digging. And it feels like digging in order to release because you already know what it is that's kind of off or what's not suiting you or not aligned anymore. So now it's just about telling yourself the truth and feeling okay to surrender. Pat yourself on the back because you've been able to get to a certain marker of achievement. You're wise already and you don't have to be defensive about it. And there's always more to understand and know. So get a grounding practice in place, I would say, for the month because you're going to start, blossoming and blooming and growing from there. You need the stillness though, because obviously, right? It's a key to success. It's the key to new relationships, new couplings, really heart-centered choices that are gonna put you in a place where you feel like, I understand now. So I hope that served you for the month of June. Thank you so much, group number 2. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your quick pick reading today. If you're listening to this, you chose the 3rd card, bottom left. Integrate your knowing. Now, this feels like such an intuitive month for you, coupled with co-creation energy and physical moves. So you've got all the moving parts happening. And because this card is about knowing, it's about your inner wisdom, tapping into your intuitive wisdom and tapping into what you know in your mind and being able to tap in with spirit. I know that sounds like a lot, but for you, it may run very smoothly. We're going to look at, of course, the spread to get us more information. You've got this fox energy here. You may want to look up the fox. It may be like a spirit animal message for you that for the month of June that might come through that resonates. Some of you will feel that, others may not. But if that's resonating with you, then by all means, take a look into that. This is also a 9 card. And the 9 is the Hermit in the Major Arcana. Also, 9s kind of represent fulfillment energy, getting to a place where you understand something and feel good about it. In the Minor Arcana. So the Hermit is all about solitude, just understanding what your inner self is saying. So you've got all the pieces, it seems, working for you here in the month of June, group 3. So if you chose this card, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's going to come up here. Whoa, holy cow. All right, miracles now. That's an affirmation for the end of your reading. This card just moved its way right out of the deck. And then we're going to be using the Muse Tarot to get these 3 columns. This is a quick pick, stop, start, continue, with the intention for the month of June. And because you're integrating your knowing, and as I said, co-creation energy, this is both inner knowing, what's going on in your mind, and what you know to be true, meaning the wisdom you've gained, as well as making the actions, taking the actions, making the action steps, taking the action steps. Goodness. Yeah. This is done. It's like crossing energetic lines to speaking and listening to spirit at the same time. Taking the action steps on the physical plane that are going to move things forward in the month of June. But it's based on like your inner wisdom and your intellectual wisdom at the same time. Foxes are smart. They're calculating. They're strategic. Stop, start, continue, and I'm just going to couple these top cards with 2 cards each from the Mystic Mondays deck. There's 2 there, and there we go. All right, let's take a look. First column is about stopping. Let's see. Ooh, Knight of Materials. The Knights, obviously, you see the horse there. Materials are pentacles. This card is about moving forward, as Knights always are. The Knight of Materials is moving forward on the physical plane. And so here, they don't want you making any moves, right? Stop making moves if you're not entirely sure, if you haven't integrated your knowing. So you got to tap in. I would say if you're pushing forward or have been trying too hard, then you got to stop doing that this June, because it doesn't mean that you're not meant to move forward. What they're saying is don't just take what you know on the physical plane, or don't take steps on the physical plane if you haven't integrated your intellectual knowing as well as the divine knowing. Because on the front of your reading is really picking up this co-creation energy, which is about give and take from spirit. So you've got to be checking in group 3 through the month of June as you're going to make steps and take steps, making moves on your path. I'm talking like what I was trying to say and got tongue-tied with, actual action steps. You're not doing that without integrating your knowing and checking in with spirit and checking in to make sure it feels intuitively right. Let's see what we have coupling this. The Sun. I love this energy. The Sun can be about healing. It's about growth. It's about positivity. It just feels to me that if you're forcing on the physical plane and not listening, that's going to be a problem here. You might get burnt here by the Sun. It's not going to yield, is how they're saying it. It's not going to yield the success or the fruit that you want. It's like if the fox tried to create a strategy to get food, without using its inner wisdom and its instincts, just kind of doing it would get caught, wouldn't get the food, right? It would get found out, heard. Okay. And the Emperor, wow. You see this, only relying solely on control in your mind. You really need to, the main thing is, yes, move forward, but do not do it without getting the intuitive check mark. If you're working, thank you. If you're working in a specific area of life for June, or wondering about it as you're listening to this reading, group 3, then call in specifically, start specifically talking to the guides that you have in that area, because they're going to help you take the steps forward. The last thing you want to do is not be thinking that you're the one who's just in control. There's no such thing as spirit. If you're listening to this, pick a card in the first place, I'm assuming that you understand that there is a higher power. You have a spirit team, etc., things like that. And the last thing you want to do is think that you're the one who's in control. There are certain things that happen in our lives and we have no control over them. So integrating your knowing is very important. If you try to forge forward, like I know everything, and of course it's going to be successful no matter what, they're telling you might get burned, you might get delayed, you might not see the growth you want, you might not see the success you want. If you're trying to be like a dictator and my way or the highway and I know it all and that kind of thing. Like you have control where you don't have control sometimes. So check into that. Make sure that you're integrating your knowing. Let's see what you're meant to start. Ooh, 6 of emotions. Okay. Okay, there's a couple things coming through. Number 1, you're meant to move forward with the wisdom that you gain through your heart center. So they're giving me like a blocking energy here. Like you might not like to look at that, might not like to look at the past and how it is that you've been able to, how you felt about things in the past. But they want you to start. This can also be like a nostalgia energy around the 6 of emotions. But 6s, it's asking for you to like continue. Start looking at the places that felt really good, that worked. And because I'm picking up a block here, I feel like they want you to also look at the places where you have perceived failures and how that felt. And I know it's not good to feel like you failed or something didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, but I have a feeling they're asking you to start doing that because it's going to give you information about how important it is to integrate your intuitive self and the spiritual side of things as you're making decisions and as you're moving forward. Like it's not all about numbers, analytics, what your mind knows and being in control. It's a give and take with your physical self and your divine self. And so they want you to start taking a look back, looking at what worked, looking at what didn't, seeing how that felt. It's almost like painstaking for me to even say that. So you might not want to kind of look back at things, but they had me say perceived failure on purpose, group 3, because what you may have perceived as a failure and didn't feel very good may hold the key to some information that you need to be successful in the future. There's a reason that you're getting that in the start position for June. Let's see what's coupling it. Yeah, the Hanged Woman here. This is a pause. Like start taking a break. And spirit will be in control of this as well. This is a divine influence. It's a major arcana card. It's about taking a pause, taking a break, being able to see something from a different perspective, surrendering, letting go of certain things that you may have, again, perceived as bad or failures, and opening up to a new way to look at things. Oftentimes the Hanged Man energy, or the Hanged Woman in this case, comes with a divine influence, meaning whether or not you like it, they were warning you here, right? Whether or not you like it, you may just need to have a pause, to have a break, or to take a break. You get to choose what you want to do. So they don't need to force you to take the break if they're telling you to take the break now. And when you feel the break coming, when you feel a moment where you're meant to make a decision or you're looking to move forward and you take the break yourself and you look over the past and you go, how did that make me feel? How does this feel? How does this current experience or choice that I need to make feel? How do I want to move forward? If you take the break yourself, Spirit doesn't want to intervene. They want to work in conjunction with you. And that's what you're learning how to do, it sounds like, in the month of June. So take that break when you need to. If you feel stalled or paused, is on purpose is the point. Don't deny or don't restrict or don't avoid taking the pause, because you'll gain the insight that you need. Look at that. You'll gain the insight that you need to be able to have a new beginning that's really connected. It feels connected to your heart center, to your emotional center, and feels good, right? That's why they have this here, the 6 of emotions. You got the Ace of Cups showing up. They're telling you you're going to start a new path. A new path is available. That feels really good. But we just need you to pause for a moment when you're going to make these decisions and think back upon, it's like persevering, understanding, with the understanding that your emotions do matter, how you feel about something does matter, the divine influence does matter, and they're all pieces are important as you're moving forward. This is a new opportunity, right? A new opportunity, a new way to see something from your heart. Your heart gives you the answer here. Your heart provides the new opening. Your heart shows you the path there. And it's not that you're not using, your earned wisdom or your mind. You will be needing that as well. But it's all meant to work together. It's meant to integrate, right? Together. Everything integrating together. Yeah, it's available, they just said. You're capable of doing this, group 3. Even if you think you're not, if some of you think you're not, you are. All right, let's see what you're meant to continue in the month of June. Ooh, Queen of Materials. Love that energy. The Queen of Materials is a beautiful energy. She's a very grounding force, and she is fruitful. She knows what she's capable of. She knows and enjoys, the physical plane things. So if you have been enjoying doing some work, or if you have been enjoying rest, time off, if you've been enjoying your family, your home, etc., that's all Queen of Pentacles energy. So keep doing that. Also, queens often will take a step back and take a look. And it's nice that you have this. It's like they don't want you just rushing or moving forward at all without checking in. And the Queen of Materials is telling you, if you've already been kind of surveying things and stepping into that energy, you can keep doing that. That's on the right track. Survey first. Take a look at how this might affect the future, or what you might see in the future, or what you might want in the future. Keep doing that, integrating your emotions and your knowing. June is it feels like a really cool month for you, where things, again, they start coming together. Let's see what we've got under here. The 2 of Swords. Okay, so that grounded stepping back and understanding and integrating your emotions is really going to help you make a very good decision. The symbol's important for some of you. I don't know why. This looks like metal, and they're showing it to me in gold. Okay, I'm just going to leave that where it is. If that resonates for you, something definitely is in this reading for you. So again, taking the step back, assessing, taking a look, using your intellect, using your wisdom, and using the divine knowing piece of it, connecting with spirit, tapping into how you feel about it, etc. It's really going to help you to make some great decisions. So continue this. Oh yeah, 7 of Pentacles. Nice. You gain some a wonderful experience with this, for sure. Yep, and they're saying, this is the continue column. The 7 of Pentacles says, you have some wisdom in you. And again, it's just about, again, integrating, but it's about all the pieces kind of flowing and you're starting to see them work together in June. So the wisdom that you gained here, as well as taking a step back, start tapping into your emotions on this new path, and decisions will continue to be able to be made. Sometimes the Two of Swords can be like a difficult decision or a decision in your mind, but here you can see you make the decision logically and also with the experience that you've been able to gain on the physical plane. And because you have started tapping into your emotions and what was, your heart can lead you forward on the right path. You're taking the breaks and assessing in order to be able to make these great decisions, again, with your logic and with your experience and with your intuition and your heart center, your divine knowing, all coupled up together, which it just sets you up for this really great give and take from spirit and co-creation energy, which is exactly what you want, group 3. So I'm excited for you. Let's see what the affirmation is for the month for you. Ooh, yes. My positive energy leaves a powerful impression on the world. So positive vibes. I like to look at these together. If this is something that you aspire for, so to touch a lot of people or to tap in and guide a lot of people or to inform a lot of people or to help a lot of people or to collaborate with a lot of people in whatever way. It's all on a positive energy track, and you need the knowing. You need the divine insight as well as what you've been able to learn, like in your mind, okay? My positive energy leaves a powerful impression on the world. I mean, high level for you, again, it's exactly where you want to be is co-creation energy. If you can, it's hard for humans to do that all the time, but for June, this is the opportunity for you, integrating all parts, the stuff you've learned, and not sort of trying to control the situation all the time or, forcing forward only to go, oh, this wasn't successful. You might have learned that here with this start energy. Start looking back and see why it didn't work, because your heart's meant to lead you forward now. And you use your experience in a really wonderful way. And here they're telling you to say this affirmation because anything that sort of dips your energy, it can disconnect you or restrict you or get you back into this space. And that's not what this is meant for. The Six of Emotions is not meant for you to go back and beat yourself up about your perceived failures. It's about you going back and looking at, oh, what worked? And now I can persevere. Now I can move forward with my heart, understanding and knowing like, I forgive myself for that. Look at all the great stuff I learned from that. And I can use that now. I can use that on this new path. Thank goodness I took the pause and I took the break and I followed spirit's nudge to pause, take a step back for a moment, look at what you have, look at how you felt, look at what you learned, and then make the decision. Your energy will stay higher vibrating, and clearly my positive energy leaves a powerful impression on the world. That's how, you're able to address the masses, is how they're saying it, to address the masses with your whole self and co-creation. All right, let's choose a charm to close out your reading. Group 3. Ooh, squirrel. Of course, you got 2 animals there now showing up. Of course, squirrels are always about squirreling away. They create large sums of abundance is how Spirit's putting it for the winter. So you may have been doing that. I feel like you are already at a place, and this energy here is the squirrel energy showing up with the charm, is to remind you, group 3, that you already have a lot that you've gained, and there's still more to go and collect. Yes, exactly. So it's this sparky energy and co-creation. It just allows you to work with things. Oh, I gotta get another piece of information there. Go get another nut, go get another nugget, and bring it back to use to make my decisions, to use to be able to influence or leave a powerful impression on the world. integrating your knowing all along the way with what you've learned from experience and what you already have. Well, group 3, this was your reading. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up or leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so the next time I post a pick a card reading, you'll be notified. And I'm excited for you. As I said, co-creation energy is where you want to be. So don't push forward. Stop being a know-it-all. Stop trying to control everything is really what it is, because it may not provide you or yield the result that you want. Instead, take a moment, take a breather, take a break. Notice when they're guiding you to do that, because it looks like you're on your way to being a very powerful beacon of light or to leaving a very powerful impression on the world or on a particular group or even just one person. That matters. Your wisdom, along with your heart center, is going to forge this new path for you and help you make beautiful decisions and co-create with spirit to serve like the bigger whole. So I love that. It's always about service. I hope that this served you, group 3, as you move into your positive energy and leaving a positive impression, knowing that's ahead in the future for you, and gaining sort of the pieces and parts as you move on this new path, and making beautiful decisions as you integrate your knowing along the way. I hope that this served you. Thank you so much, group number 3. Hello, group 4, and welcome to your quick pick reading today. If you're listening to this, you chose the 4th card, bottom right. You are living poetry. This is a creative pile. This is a creative group. In June, you're meant to follow the creativity, follow the inspiration, follow. And I believe that because you have this is a 32-5 here, you're going to be getting wisdom as you create. So it's not about just thinking about it for you, group 4, for the month of June. It's about doing, creating, actually creating. And if this isn't, if you're not in the space where you feel yet inspired to physically create, at least bring it into form somehow is how they're giving it to me. Meaning what I mean is, if you've been stagnant at all, the change has to happen around physical integration. Physical, it's not the word. You are living. You see the word living? That's what they're trying to explain, is like, it's not just about keeping something in your head anymore or lighting up your sacral and just feeling so inspired and so amazing. And it's about moving it up to that 3rd chakra and actually doing something. Now, as I said, if it doesn't feel like you can physically do whatever it is that you are inspired to do, at least bring it into form by writing it down. So they want it in physical form. And then I'm sure, spirit always guides and helps as you're taking those creative nudges and then acknowledging them. And that's why they're looking for that. Like, even again, let's say you see a flash of a painting. You're a painter. You see a flash of a painting in your mind. And so you know exactly what it looks like. You're so inspired, but you don't feel totally inspired to get to the canvas just yet. What they want is an acknowledgement on the physical plane of what your vision was or is. So you would either write it down, sketch it out, something to that effect, so they know. So because your spirit team is meant to be working always in conjunction with you. That's how it works. And they're looking for physical acknowledgement. Thank you. Okay. We've got an affirmation for the end of your reading there from the Miracles Now. I'm going to take the Muse Tarot here, and we're pulling 3 columns. Start, stop, start, continue. It are the 3 columns for June. Ooh, okay. Toss that along. Stop, start, continue. Okay, so this is the Muse Tarot, as I said. Just FYI, if you wanted to know, this is the Mystic Mondays mini, which I love. We're gonna just grab a couple coupling cards for each of these columns. All right, let's get into it. You are living poetry. Things are changing here. Ooh, look at that. The devil. Stop, stop, stop. That's what they said. Stop, stop, stop. Oh, look. They're showing me this butterfly. Let's see if you can see that. See the butterfly? It's time for you to transform, to change, to move. The devil is distractions, cycles that are keeping you stuck. They keep going, stop, stop, stop. It's like, if this has been holding you back, this energy of like, I just don't know, or you're getting distracted, or things are popping up in your life and you're like, oh, I was going to spend this time doing this, but I have all this to take care of now. Just know that that is on purpose. Spirit's bringing that up and calling your attention to something else because it may not be the time. And now for the month of June, group 4, you're going to probably have the ability to be inspired to at least bringing things in on the physical plane, making notes, making lists, whatever it is that you can do to show that you're acknowledging that you are living poetry and that things are changing. The devil energy in a stop position just is very clear, right? Stop distracting yourself from here on out in June. It's not about staying in negative cycles around the fact that you're being inspired to do something, being inspired to create something, being inspired to move on. They just said being inspired to converse, which is like to have a conversation with. So that's interesting for some of you. You may have wanted to talk to somebody for a while or something like that. The devil energy also is usually in a mind-related energy. So it's like, get out of your head. Stop listening to your mind. You're meant to be tapping into your inspiration for the month of June. If you chose this pile, that's the goal here. Things are changing. The 32-5 is like inner wisdom, inner energy change out of this. No more distractions. No more negative cycles around it. No more of your mind telling you, can't do that. That's not good enough. I don't have what I need, blah, blah, blah. Right? They're saying, we don't care if you actually create the painting right now. We need you to move forward on the physical plane to acknowledge. And they'll probably bring in even more inspiration. Let's see what else we have here. The Knight of Swords. Wow. Yeah, it's just kind of doubling down. The Knight of Swords is about movement, I see how they want me to say it, taking steps and making changes or movement from a place of insight or your mind. Swords can often be thinking, thoughts, or mind, okay? And so again, you're not using your mind in June very much. This is the creative pile. You're being inspired and kind of like, yeah, filling up your tank with inspiration. That's what they just said. Let's see what else we have here. Ace of Wands. It just feels like there's nothing that's going to stop you. There's no excuses. That's how they're saying it. No excuses. Again, listening to your mind too much and making moves just from your mind is not the case. They're telling you Ace of Wands, this is a new beginning for you based on inspiration. What they want you to stop doing is listening to your mind. They want you to listen to the inspiration. The Ace of Wands, if you're looking at that card and you're looking at a new beginning, this is lack of that. Lack of inspiration. Refusal to step onto the new path. Refusal to be guided by your inspiration. It's all ending in June for you. It's all about creativity and inspiration. There is a new path available, clearly. And they don't want you refusing it. They don't want you refusing it. They don't want you in your head. They don't want you in these cycles anymore. It's enough, they said. Of course, the choice is always yours, Group 4. You don't have to listen to anything Spirit says if you don't want to. Let's see what they want you to start. Oh my goodness, the Magician. Look at. What did I say? Yeah, it's all inspiration. The Magician is about creating things on the physical plane and being an expert and a master of it. And so what they're telling you to start stepping into here in the month of June is understanding that you're an expert at your life. You're the expert. You're the master. Everything is going to be channeled in through you in order for you to create. It's an inspired creation. It's an expert energy. wisdom. And if you believe you're the expert, guess what? You're the expert. Whatever it is that you intuit here, because the magician often deals with the mind, but dealing with the mind in the right way, using the expertise, using the wisdom that you've gained, using your experience to be able to create what it is that you want on the physical plane. So start tapping in here and not here. The magician energy is if you're looking at your mind, the magician energy is very different than the devil energy, right? The magician energy creates. It uses its mind to create and to manifest or to bring in and to use it in a beautiful way that serves not only yourself but others. The devil keeps you stuck. So this, not that. The Five of Wands, which again is change. I feel like it's a change in your inspiration, a change in, you're going to start seeing it if you tap into this. If you're like, I'm the expert, I'm the one who's inspired, I'm the master of my destiny, then you're going to, the way that you're being inspired may change. Again, if you take their advice and they want to see it on the physical plane, if you start writing it down, before you know it, you may have pages and pages. Before you know it, you may be at the canvas. Before you know it, you may be composing that, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a change in inspiration. It's a change, it's a preparation change of how you're inspired, what you're inspired to do, how you're channeling things in. The Eight of Swords and a release. So again, this card here, oh, they just want this, okay. This card here, the Eight of Swords, is about releasing yourself from mental illusion. So you're not pretending anymore. There's no illusion that you're stuck or that they're stagnant or that you can't move forward or that you're not the beautiful master of your destiny, okay? You're coming out of this. Start realizing who you truly are, that nothing's harming you, nothing's harming you, nothing's holding you back. It's time to prepare and have a shift in the way that you're inspired to create and to move forward on your path. It's all inspiration all month long for you. Group number 4. Let's see what they want you to continue doing. 4 of inspiration, yay. Another group had this card in this position, so if you were called to another group, you may want to listen to that. The 4 of inspiration is a stability energy. It's a marker. It's a beautiful marker that says you've made it. You've gotten to a place where you're able to do this. Pat yourself on the back. Allow your inspiration to guide you. Look at this, a change in inspiration. And they're saying continue. What is inspiring you? There's magic there, they just said. There's magic there. Ooh, okay. There's magic there, group 4. I feel like you are a master of this. It's like you're a master of your creativity and what you're being inspired to do. And maybe you kind of took a break believing in that or allowing yourself to be distracted. Or like they were saying, maybe they placed certain distractions in your life and you kind of had no choice but to kind of deal with them, because that's life sometimes. But they want you to continue to be led by your inspiration, to not think, oh my God, it's all for nothing. Why do I ever think this? Why do I think it can do this? You're starting to be in a very powerful place where you're the master of your destiny. And they're telling you, you have made it. You have reached markers. It's not all been for nothing. The stuff that you've done in the past or what you've been inspired to do is beautiful. You can work with that. You can build on that. You can move forward in that. You're going to have a change of the way you may do things or the way you're inspired. But this energy is a pat yourself on the back, a marker, well done, good job, something to celebrate. Celebrate the wins. Celebrate the new insights that are coming. Don't deny them, right? Allow them to flow. Oh yeah, look at that. Even more new insights. Ace of Swords. So as they're coming in, you're celebrating them. As they're coming in, you're celebrating them. Easy peasy. Nice. And the Hierophant. Whoa, look at that energy. You got the Hierophant here. 5, this is the third 2, 5. The Hierophant energy is inner wisdom. The Ace of Swords is a new path where your inner wisdom is going to be guiding you, where truth will guide you, where your mind will guide you in a beautiful way, because you're starting to recognize the fact that you're the magician of your life. And you're being inspired and you're not blocking that. You're tuning in. When you get an inspiration hit, you're tuning into your inner wisdom and allowing that to guide you. You may be looking for answers and be receiving them here. Also, sometimes the Hierophant is like, I'm looking for the wisdom, so don't force anything, right? Here, Don't force. They're saying don't try to be inspired. When you get the insight, check in with yourself. When you're asking about what shall I do next, or how should I move forward, or how can I bring this to life, or when should I do this? When you're asking for that inner wisdom, when you receive the insight, understand that it's coming on the track of beautiful divine inspiration, that you are being guided and you have made it to a place where you can be guided and start to really own what you're manifesting, the actions that you're taking based on what you already have and what you're currently receiving. So continue to feel those insights. Check in, continue to ask and listen. I mean, this is literally ask and listen. You've made it. Ask and listen. So keep doing that. You come right out of illusion, group 4. You come right out of like, oh my God, I'm so stuck. Look, she's not stuck at all, is she? No, she's not. There's not a single sword that's harming her. She's kind of tied herself up there. The 8 of Swords is like, you might have these obstacles in your mind kind of trying to block you, but you're going to have a change in the way that you do things if you start understanding that you're the master. You've got the wand. You've made it. No more distractions. You are living poetry, group 4. Just a month of inspiration, being inspired along the way and following that. Love that. Let's see what your affirmation is for June. Wow, true abundance is an inside job. That's right. Put these together. You are living poetry. True abundance is an inside job. You are living abundance. You follow that line, that track of inspiration and abundance, and you can't go wrong this month. I love that energy. I love your energy, group 4. I wonder what you'll be creating. I wonder what you'll be notating. I wonder what insights you're going to receive. I wonder what kind of like illusions you're going to be breaking, and, distractions you're going to be like, nope. It's just such a flow. It feels like such an inspiring flow in the month of June for you, group 4. All right, and close your reading with a charm. What else, guys? What charm? Oh my goodness. Blossoming, blooming, tree of life, planting the seeds, bringing them to life, growing. Soaking up the inspiration and blooming on the back of that. Tree of life energy. Root yourself and then flow. Group 4. It's like a creation month for you for sure. Love this energy. Can't wait to see what you're creating or understand what you're creating. This is your reading. If you found it helpful, then leave me a comment below and let me know what it is that you're being inspired by, because I'd love to hear about it. And hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so the next time I post a pick a card reading, you'll be notified. As I said, it's all about flow, leaving those distractions behind, leaving the complications of your mind and only relying on your mind, instead tapping into that inspiration, knowing you are the master of your life, coming out of any kind of illusion that you're stuck anymore. June is about flow for you. You are living poetry. Show spirit that you are acknowledging those beautiful insights when you're asking and listening, and pat yourself on the back because you've made it. It feels wonderful. It feels like a stable energy with the inspiration blossoming and blooming. I mean, you have this tree of life happening, and true abundance is an inside job. So it's coming from the inside and it's going to be moving outward. And your only job is to allow it, to trust it, to know that's who you truly are. If you ask and listen, the new insights are going to be coming. A new path is here. And the whole month of June feels like just a beautiful flow of inspiration for you. So I hope that this serves you. Thank you so much, group number 4.